Welcome back again. Shotzi here. It's now the third installment of my master copy. Before working on this, I spent a little bit of time looking at the second one and realized immediately that his hat had been too high, making his hair and his face too long. So I tackled that right away just to kind of help me get the overall shape and see the relationship between the different values a little more clearly, a little more accurately. As per usual, I continue to move all around the face. I'm using a mid-sized brush at this point, and I'm not trying to perfect anything. I'm still in that mode of estimating, trying to get it as close as I can to where I want it to be. Bring in some very darks. Now, with a smaller brush, I've moved to. That gives me a little more control. Hold a little bit closer to the end, to the brush side at least, just to give me a little more control, a little more fine-tuning. That's kind of the stage I'm at. I'm reasonably satisfied with the overall shape of his face, the location of the landmarks on his face, and the basic color. I still continue to make minor modifications. Sometimes they're imperceptible. Back to his jacket. As I said before, I don't want to neglect that part. It supports the rest of the portraits of his face. I'm staying, as the original portrait, very loose, very rough. Don't want to pull the viewer's attention away. Decide what your focal point is, which in this is obviously his face. It's the portrait of him. And that's where I want the viewer to be drawn. If I put too much detail in other places, it might pull the viewer's eye and defeat the purpose of the painting, which is to show Rembrandt, not to show his jacket. At the same time, I still need to pay some attention to it. Making still minor adjustments with value still, and try to cool off the lower part of his face. A little bit of white, a little bit of blue. Just get that dynamic as we move down from his eyes, over his cheekbones, down to his chin. And back to his hair, his face again. Making sure the darks are dark. Sometimes it can be intimidating, and we can feel uncomfortable making extreme judgments or putting paint down that's either quite dark or quite light. It feels like it's too much. But it's important to have a wide range between the lightest parts of your painting and the darkest parts. The wider that range, the closer to reality. It also gives you a lot of playroom in between. My darkest places and my lightest places are close in value. There's very little wiggle room between them. Finally, just cooling off a little tiny bit between his forehead and his hat. And that is it for my third installment. Hope you enjoyed and learned something from it. Please stay tuned. There will be others to follow. Thank you very much.